Hey guys, it's Amy and Tom on 2JRNY Overland, and we're wrapping up a little vacation we took here. Started out last Thursday,
Yeah.
and we drove down to Boone, Kentucky, and we hung out there for a little while. And we also had an opportunity to discover something new for us.
Yeah. So we wrapped up camp on Sunday. Kind of just got things together. Didn't have to rush out of there, but we knew we wanted to see a few things before we had plans to make it to camp last night in Versailles, Indiana, at the state campground there. So there's so much to see in and around that area in the Daniel Boone. There's something really cool called the RedRiver Gorge Scenic Byway, and also the RedRiver Gorge geographical area. It's so for people that have gone out west and seen the arches and the beautiful things like in Utah and those national parks, right in our backyard in Kentucky, we have tremendous geological things that are cool too to see, and only a 5-6 hour drive instead of a day's drive. So we went into the Gladdy recreational office and met a really cool guide who took some time, pulled out a map. We kind of told him that we had limited time, so where could we go with our rig and be able to park and hike a little bit. So he was very knowledgeable and circled several areas, including you can park here, you have a turnaround here, which we really appreciated. So we spent about an hour or two and drove through. We saw Chimney Top, which was a gravel road after that. So for warning, it's a 5-mile gravel road, which could be better maintained. We laughed that we probably had, scrambled eggs, what was left in the refrigerator by the time we got out of there. But we also went to the Sky Bridge. We saw parts of some others just from the road, Whistling Arch. And there's lots of short trails, but also a lot of long trails, so if anybody's ever interested in that. But we took many, many photos. I mean, it's a amazing geological area of what has happened over thousands, obviously to million years ago, of how it created these cliffs and chimneys and arches. So stay tuned for some of those pictures. We went through this great tunnel on the way there called the
That's cool.
Nada Data. It's NADA. It's a one-way tunnel. We got pictures of that too. It's one of those tunnels where you have to make sure as you're heading in, make sure if you see headlights or not, somebody has to back up because you can't go through at the same time. And we hit it perfect. We drove right through it without anybody else, having to back up or anything.
And I think it's 12 foot tall by 12 foot wide, if that gives
Yes.
you any indication, your camper size or that. So yeah.
And even in that area, there's lots of camping. There's primitive backcountry where you have to park and walk in and camp. There was many hikers we ran into doing that, but there's also a couple campgrounds that you can take campers into. It is bear country, and you do need to have permits for different things for camping. But yeah, it's part of the National Boone Forest.
Yeah, it's the Daniel Boone National Forest.
Daniel Boone National Forest.
Right, and it's cool. And again, they have trailheads marked. The other thing that was really cool too was everybody's friendly. All the way down from the gentleman that introduced us to the area and gave Amy the map, to the park rangers, and that. So it was cool. We got a ton of pictures. We got a ton of pictures at the visitor center. I did video there. We got a ton of pictures out in the park. So you're really going to enjoy this one, I think. So again, think about this. It was 6 hours for us, 7 hours for us from northern Indiana out here. So if you're looking at a 3-day weekend, or I would say 3 days, because there's a lot to see. 2 days would be pushing it.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how hardcore you want to hike, you want to allow yourself time to do that. So a long weekend maybe.
And you all know how much of a hardcore hiker I am.
Right. So we did very shorts. Again, we were kind of time limited, and also by Sunday, we were a little bit tired from the weekend.
Yeah. So it turned out good. It turned out really good. So take a peek at that. Take a look at that. And again, thank you very much for viewing. Thank you for subscribing. If you like this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And again, like we say, we'll talk to you later.
cool.
Pretty cool.
I suppose you have to look before you go in to see if there's oncoming traffic.
I think so, yeah, I hope. There's no berm. Yeah, that one's neat.
Oh, this is cool. And you're out. Oh.
If you get a chance to stop in at the visitor center, I highly recommend that. Very informative, very neat, well organized. They had a lot of information on the area that I think is helpful if you want to go down and find that out when you do your research and look into it. But very good. I learned a lot about the area. Also, the employees there, they assisted us very well. I mean, it was really cool. They went out of their way to help us, and everything seemed pretty cool. So, if you get a chance, stop in, check out the visitor center. Make sure you get your passport stamped, and look around. They had a lot of stuff in the souvenir area also that you could purchase, and a few refreshments, drinks, and things of that nature. So, stop in, check that out before you continue your quest. At this point, Amy and I have found where we're headed to after talking to some of the employees there at the visitor center, and Amy doing her thing with her maps and with Guy and that. Yes. So we got to the location, we got out of the baby girl and started doing a little walk. We had some hiking to do, not very far, I think this loop was like a half-mile loop, 3/4 of a mile loop, so it wasn't too bad. Walking was easy if you could go more than 20 feet without stopping and seeing the sights. The colors here were amazing. They started popping when we got down there, and that's one thing we look forward to is the colors and to be able to be outside. This gorge area was super cool. A lot of scenery, a lot of natural beauty. So anytime you get a chance, and I'd head down that way and check it out. Like I said, we caught the colors pretty well. I think that it was almost perfect timing. The weather was nice. The rain had stopped. You can see you got bluebird skies, and I'm going to take some still shots and some still photos.